My phone has developed this glitch where it minimizes itself, and when you minimize while recording, it stops recording. So momentum interrupted. Um, Somebody comes and gets Roop the next day. That's a very negative experience. Not a very negative. It just seemed insensitive because she's in a box. I've arranged that so that she's fairly easy for somebody to dispose of or take to the crematorium or however you want to phrase it. And guy puts on his gloves and he whips out this black plastic bag, and I'm like, could you do that elsewhere, not like in front of me? So he does. He takes her to the crematorium, and I'm debating how to what kind of memorial to get for her. And because they offer this box that has a nameplate on it that will have her ashes in it. And the person I'm talking to at the vet's office goes, "She was a black cat, right?" And I'm going, "No, she was calico." And so now I'm concerned that the remains I get won't be hers. I decided that wasn't the way to memorialize her anyway. Um, so I have a plan to do that. Like the next day or sometime in the next couple of days, I'm playing Pokemon and a purloin spawns near my apartment, and I catch the purloin, and I have enough candy to evolve it to a Lipard. So I do, and I renamed the Lipard Rupert. And so right now my Pokemon, I'll include a picture of my Pokemon buddy, is Rupert, and will be for a while. So over the last 3 weeks, I've been mourning Rupert. There was some depression, and there was some anger, and there's still triggers where I go, "Oh yeah, there's no cat here." Um, like when I wake up in the morning, I'm careful when I step out of bed because I don't want to step on Rupert, and then I have to remember, "Oh yeah, there's no cat here." I'll get home with food, and I would share just about everything with Rupert, especially like chicken burrito. The pieces of chicken are really easy to share with her, and there was an anxiety about coming home with food because I'd have to share it with her, and that hasn't passed. I come home with food, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's no cat to share it with." I don't leave things in the floor when Rupert was around on the floor because I was worried about her stepping on them. But I have comic books I'm processing, and I'm like, don't have to worry about that. There's no cat in the house. And so it still triggers like that. That's where I am with it. Um, Not the kind of storytelling you may have wanted, but that's what's on my mind. Um, Comment was given. I expected there to be more Batman in the set. Well, that's Batman. That is a Dark Knight Snuggie. Batman is present in the blanket that was part of the set dressing. But it's funny because the person who made the comment about the lack of Batman in the set has been to my apartment, and so he is aware that we keep all the Batman stuff in the bathroom. So let's see. There's some of that. Beach towels. Now I don't have any Batman books graded yet, so for now that's an X-Men book signed by Jim Lee, but I do have Batman on the way back signed by Jim Lee, so eventually that'll be a Batman book, and it's far enough from the sink that I'm not worried about it. Batman, Bat Signal, hand towel, and then the main bathroom. Gotham Starry Night and Batman 251. I actually have this book. The other ones you've seen so far, I don't have. Then there's a floor rug. Oh, I was going to do this. Ta-da! And then there's the back computer. Has all the toilet paper in the house. According to the toilet paper calculator, that will last me 64 days, which is supposed to be 24 days longer than quarantine. So I should have enough paper, but yeah, this is the bathroom. It's even more intense when it's only one little bathroom, but now it's shared out between rooms. Had a request for Buster Keaton, but I'm already at 13 minutes. Well, sure, why not? Here's your video assignment for today. Yesterday, I talked about Gilda Live and how they do a show from your room setup. Reminded me of the Judy Miller show in SNL. I was requested Buster Keaton's most famous routine outside of rolling boulders. And this is awkward to confess because I love Buster Keaton. I'm not sure which one would be considered most famous outside of that. I want to say it's the one where the house falls and he's standing in such a way that the house falls and he's framed by the window so the house falling doesn't touch him. Or maybe it's the door. I think it's the window. But I'm not sure which one it is. If you're unfamiliar with Buster Keaton, as I know many people are, because this is work from a long time ago, there are three main comedians that I'm fascinated with from the era. Now, everybody knows Charlie Chaplin. And if you don't know Charlie Chaplin, great dictator. What is it, Modern Times? There's a few of them that are somewhat relevant right now. And Chaplin's the one that usually gets all the attention. But I was always more enamored with the other two that I consider greats of the era, or that I know as greats of the era. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Buster Keaton would be the second one. The Great Stone Face, Master of the Deadpan. So I would seek out some Buster Keaton videos, and I will try and post a link below or above, wherever it happens to go. I'm not good at this. And then there's Harold Lloyd. And you gotta find some Harold Lloyd. Everybody's seen Harold Lloyd, like the shot of the clock up on the side of the building and the guy hanging off the hands of the clock. Well, that's Harold Lloyd. And it's the inspiration for a whole bunch of stuff in cinema history, but that image is iconic. And fun piece of trivia about Harold Lloyd, he was missing fingers on one of his hands because the stunt went bad. I'm doing all this stuff from memory, so if I screw it up, feel free, correct me, add the true story, and I'll try not to take it personally. I'll let it threaten my ego. But Harold Lloyd was an amazing talent. So there's Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd. Yeah, it was a different era of film. And so stunts and special effects, action was very, very different back then from what it is now. Nowadays, yeah, we'll just leave it there. So when you watch those three, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, remember there's no stunt double here. And in many cases, the circumstances you are watching are real and they are actually in danger, and it has to be meticulously choreographed, staged, rehearsed to keep the performers as safe as you possibly can. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow. Peace.